Good morning, everyone. It is September 30th of 2024, and yes, I am aware I skipped another week. That's just the way life has been lately. There also hasn't been a whole lot of eBay sales either. I know other people are complaining about it. I know we're going to be coming into quarter 4 here soon, so I'm really hoping for some pickup. But in the meantime, let's go over what sold on eBay this week, starting with this lot of LPS. As you probably already know, I sell LPS on Whatnot. I buy them in big bulk lots. I sit down and I sell them one by one on auctions, starting for $1 over on Whatnot. And what sucks is these newer ones, like let me zoom in here. The newer generations are just not collectible. Nobody really cares for them. So that and the McDonald's ones, the plastic ones with the bases. And then also because Whatnot has such weird, their shipping is a little goofy. Anything over 12 inches seems like it's a headache. So I end up with some of these bigger play sets and storage cases and things that I'm too scared to sell over on Whatnot and mess up shipping. So I always lot my newer gen and my play sets and things like that together and sell these on eBay. And this lot here brought in $229.99. Next item that sold is this Lakeside Citrus Lotion from Bath & Body Works. You guys know how much I love this stuff. And this was a retired and discontinued scent. So it sold for $34.99. Again, this is another PC game from that lot I got for $12 the beginning of summer. And this, I've already made my profit, guys. Already made my profit. But this one was a 2-disc set of IL 2 1946. No idea. Never played it. PC game, older. I think it's it's better than DOS. It's probably like Windows 95-ish. Oh my God. Can you believe how long ago Windows like 1995? Good Lord. Okay. So anywho, apparently this person has a computer that'll run this game and they paid $9.99. I had been stockpiling a lot of these plugins from Bath & Body Works. I do pick them up in the Goodwill bins, garage sales, thrift stores for relatively cheap. And some of them, because they're hard to find or they're really nice and pretty, actually sell for some decent money. So I lotted up these 4 here that were similar in appearance and ran them for $32.99 and they sold with free shipping. I've had these hats for a while. 31 is kind of known for their bags, but apparently they made hats at one point, which when I found these in the Goodwill bins, I was like, wait a minute, they made hats? They did. So they had 31 tags on them, and they were in decent condition. They were both very similar, like little newsboy caps. And both of them sold for $9.99, and I didn't pay a whole lot because I remember I got these at the bins. They did take forever to sell, though. As you can see from the start time, I listed these the end of January, and we are going into October. This item sold actually a little while ago, and the person didn't realize they had the wrong address, and so I was like, oh, well, I can't, it's already gone. Said I can't really change the shipping. And I said, but if it gets returned to me, I will go ahead and refund you and relist it, and you can purchase it again and put in the correct address. So that is what they did the same day I think I listed it. So this one sold for $16.49, and if I remember correctly, this was purchased at a garage sale for $1. This is another listing that sat for quite some time. This was also listed at the end of January. Why 2 things that were listed January 24th sold on the same day is kind of interesting. Anywho, so this is this is from the Disney Resorts, I think, or the Disney store. Yeah. And this was found in the Goodwill bins. So he was a small little plush. He didn't weigh a whole lot, so I didn't pay a whole lot for him. Took a while to sell, though, at $12.49. Finally sold the last of these Pop-It bands. I had gotten a crap ton of these at the local Amazon return bin store. They were new. They were in the package, rubber band together. And I was kind of looking to see how many I could sell and stay under the 1 pound mark. So I decided to sell these in bundles of 25, and I finally sold my last one. These were going for $9.99. I'm trying to think how many I got for $1. Either way, I did make money on these. Nothing extremely exciting. I think Pop-Its are starting to lose their popularity, so I probably wouldn't pick these up again if I saw them at the Amazon return bin store. A little disappointed by this. If I had known that they weren't going to sell, I would have probably done a quick Whatnot sale with these. They were a batch of Lala Loopsy dolls. I'm trying to think what I paid at that garage sale for these. I did put shipping at $39.99. I don't think it cost that much to ship. So maybe I kind of broke even with overage on that. I'm not quite sure, but well, you know, and one of those is brand new. I remember getting one of those at a different garage sale for like $5, and it was brand new in the box. This one over here. So like, I don't know. I keep hearing about how these sell well, but I'm not seeing it. And I decided to start it at a penny auction to get some interest going on it, and failed miserably because it sold for a penny. So yeah, I think I'm done picking these up. I love me some Lolita wine glasses. These wine glasses are really nice. This one in particular was basically new. It still had the tag on it and everything, and the original case that it came in. I'm trying to think where I had picked this one up. I had 2 October ones that I picked up. Garage sale, maybe? I'm trying to remember. I did list it in June, so that might be from a garage sale or a church sale. I know when I do find these, I don't pay a whole lot for them. So I'd say I probably paid $1 or $2 for this and turned around and sold it for $19.99. So I caught a little slack on this listing. So Savvy is typically a LPS. It's from the LPS Popular show. That's what made her so popular. She is typically in the $150 range. But there weren't a whole lot of them listed when I listed this, so I did list it high. I listed it with these 2 others. I want to say I listed it for like $350 initially, because the other 2 wiener dogs in this would probably go for $50 themselves. But people were just like, why is it priced so high? Like, I'm getting messages from people, will you sell just Savvy just for like $150? And I'm like, no, I'm glad I stood my ground, because I looked at comps. And comps on her, she had recently sold upwards of $360, like just for her, because there were not a lot of authentic ones listed. So I slowly dropped my price down. I had a gazillion watchers on this thing. And there was one day, the day that this sold, I was getting a crap ton of messages like, will you go lower? Will you sell just her? Da, 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 da. And I went and I looked, and between Mercari and eBay and whatnot, I was the only one that had an authentic one to purchase, like buy it now, that wasn't an auction. So I knew, I was like, I'm getting close, I'm going to sell this bad boy. And sure enough, I got the cha-ching sound on my phone. The person that bought it didn't even message me, didn't even haggle the price, and went ahead and bought her for $279.99. I did send it with these 2 other wiener dogs and the light up stage, which have some value. I was kind of just adding those in there to be able to ramp the price up a little bit more. But this is a perfect example, guys, of watching comps and seeing what else is out there, because I could have, sure, listed it for $150 and sold it right away. But knowing I was the only one that had one, and she was in really decent shape. I know I got closer pictures of her here. She was in excellent condition. She had a little bit of nose rub on the nose, and that was it. So definitely stand your ground. Whenever anyone asked me why I was selling her for so high, I did send screenshots of the recently sold comps, and I did tell them, I'm the only one that has a nice one available for purchase today. And I'm glad I stood my ground and got what I needed out of her. She actually came in a lot that I paid like $1 a pet for. She was in there. I had no idea until I had gotten the lot, because sometimes when I buy lots, they just like pile all the pets and just like, oh, there's 200 in here, and you don't always see what's in there. And that's what happened, was I got her in a large lot for super cheap. So I am really excited that she did finally sell, that the person did leave feedback that this one completed their collection, so that makes my heart happy. Everybody wins the way I look at it. So yes, this was a good buy, good sell. You definitely need to know your LPS to spot one of these though. Next item that sold is this Jim Henson, the Fraggle Rock show. I don't know if you guys were born in the 80s or what, but I grew up on Fraggle Rock. And so I spotted this like at a garage sale. They had it in a huge tote with stuffed animals, like $1 stuffed animal. And I saw the Fraggle Rock tag and I was like, yes, I'm buying this. And turned around and sold him for $10.99. I'm trying to remember where I picked this up at. This did get listed back in February, so it would have been too soon for garage sales. I probably picked it up at either a church sale or a thrift store. Not quite sure. I wouldn't have paid a whole lot for this, and it didn't really sell for a whole lot at $9.99. So I wouldn't bend over backwards trying to find another one of these. Let's just put it that way. These were actually found in my mom's storage unit, and I was like, wow, these are kind of cool. They're just weird enough for me to sell on eBay. Um, but they're like little they're crayons, but they're all shaped like princesses, like Disney princesses. They were super cool. And they sold because I couldn't find anything like them, so I started high, which I have no problem doing. Even though I did list it in April, it did sell for $26.49. This is one of several Pokemon plush I got at a garage sale. I think, what did I figure the average? $2 a piece on. So it didn't make a whole lot on Bulbasaur here, but he did sell for $9.99. I'm always picking up these kind of books from the Goodwill bins. They do 3 for $1 on their books. My local thrift store on Media Monday does 4 for $1 on books. So I can typically get these at about 25 cents a piece. And this one was a batch of 30, and I sold them for $24.99. Next item that sold is this Jellycat plush. It is a Triceratops, and it sold for $9.99. I remember picking this up in the Goodwill bins. Jellycat is interesting. Some of their plush go for a lot of money. I've never heard of this brand outside of YouTubers that do reselling. So I don't know where you get these or why they're so expensive. This one actually went pretty cheap. It wasn't a huge demand for this one. He did sell for $9.99, lightweight for shipping. So, I mean, I made a couple bucks, but nothing too exciting on this particular one. And right before I hopped on to do this, I just sold this. This is another lot of LPS. There were over 70 of the regular size pets, again, new gen, and 2 of the cases. This one here was kind of rough, the cardboard on it, so I made sure to take pictures of that. And then the plastic one was actually in really nice shape. I had somebody message me this morning asking if there were any mini pets in here. And I was like, nope, they're all your like mid-sized pets, newer gen, and ready to go. And they bought it. They didn't even dicker on the price. I did put $109.99 because I was hoping to get some watchers on it and send an offer for $99.99, but I'll take the extra $10. Not going to complain on that. So that is all I have for these last 2 weeks of what sold on eBay. I had to bump a Whatnot show from today to tomorrow. So this week I will be on Whatnot on Tuesday and Wednesday selling older generation LPS. That gig is proving to be relatively profitable, so kind of excited about that. So here's to seeing you guys next Monday.